Welcome to our first oil, which is bergamot. And bergamot is going to be paired with a point called shen on the ear. And it is affectionately called the reset. It's a bringer of balance. So this is a really great way to start any kind of essential oil practice. This is a really great combination to use if you're triggered, if you're feeling that you're revving a little high. We'd say your sympathetic nervous system is engaged. You might feel anxious. You might feel just high alert. Or if you're feeling really low, very, very low energy, almost like in a freeze state, or you can't get motivated. The beautiful thing with bergamot is it's a regulator. It's going to reset. So if you're too high, it's going to bring you to neutral. If you're too low, it's going to bring you to neutral. That's why it's called the reset. It also has an amazing ability to reset and balance the right and left hemisphere of the brain. So we have two sides of our brain. One is a little more analytical thinking, logical. One's more of our intuitive feeling side. And so sometimes we can be operating in one more than the other. And so if we need to balance the two, bergamot on this point, shen is a beautiful combination. Bergamot on its own is an oil, and then it's amped up when we use it on this point. There was a study where they mapped the brain pre and post using bergamot on this point, and they found that the really active areas calmed down and the not so active areas amped up. So had an absolute within just 1 to 3 minutes. So the technique is so simple, as we've talked about. So bergamot can be really helpful for any kind of dysregulation. If you're feeling emotionally triggered, if you're feeling agitated, nervous, upset, depressed, if you're having trouble sleeping, a lot of people can use this before bed to reset their system, or if they wake up in the middle of the night and they're kind of like up and their mind's going, you can do it in the middle of the night as well. It has many, many very beneficial effects as well. It's an antioxidant. It helps well, I'll put that in your notes, so I'm not going to go into that right now. Just a note, though, on bergamot, it is sun sensitizing. So there's a property in it. You just want to make sure that you don't, it should be diluted, and that should help with it, but you don't want to apply it even diluted on large body parts and then go out into the sun. Even night before and going out into the sun, it doesn't have to be strong sun, you will burn. So that's something to just note. That's a caution with this one. So bergamot has this very uplifting, very regulating, great for mood. It is from the citrus family, and really great for regulating that. And then the point called shen is on the ear. And so there's a little triangular fossa, we'd say here, and it's almost like if you put your finger there, it almost feels like a little shelf. It just sort of naturally tucks in there at the top. There'll be a picture of the point for you to go over. And this is also a regulating point. It's called the sympathetic point when we use auricular acupuncture. It's the point that's calming. It is going to have a grounding influence on the nervous system. It's helpful for stress, for anxiety, really helps to promote that relaxed state in the body. So any kind of tension, insomnia, emotional imbalances, it is really helpful for that. We also use it a lot for addiction, recovering, withdrawal symptoms. So even something as simple as withdrawing from coffee, it can be really helpful. So I'm trying to think what else I wanted to say about that. We're going to apply it in a very gentle way. So you're going to apply the oil on your fingers. I use a baby finger for the ear because depending on how big your ear and how big your finger is, but you can use your index fingers too. You're going to apply it, split it between the two fingers, and then just hold it on here, closing your eyes, breathing 1 to 3 minutes. This is a beautiful way to start any oil practice. Sometimes you can stack the oils as we go. You can play around with which ones, noticing the difference of the different ones, and you can do more than one. I wouldn't recommend any more than 4 or 5 in a treatment, but 1, 2, 3, 4 is a really great combination. And bergamot is a very beautiful way to start your practice. And this would be a great way to start your day in the morning, end up before bed. If you're have a busy day in between meetings, if you've had a fight with someone or an argument, or you're feeling upset about something, pulling out the bergamot. If you need to go to the bathroom, I've had people use it at family functions. They just go to the bathroom, do a little bergamot. When they've been triggered, it resets your system. So there's lots of different ways you can use it. honor what you feel, but play around with it as well. And so this one, you might feel like that when you start to hold it for a few minutes. This one, because it unwinds the fascia as well, so any kind of tension in the body, you might feel just a slight kind of shifting around that happens, or a little bit of a softening that can be really helpful. This is one too that you can feel that sort of left and right tingling on one side, and then the other as it resets the left and right hemisphere. So enjoy. Any questions, let me know, but I hope this is a beautiful practice for you.